When your child is hitting you, here's why I would not put a door between you and the child and say, I'm not going to let you hit me. Let me tell you about a client who got that advice from her therapist, tried it out. Here's exactly what happened, and then what I told her to do instead of that strategy. Tells me she's doing this, and it seems like at first it's working. Now, this is what happens with punishment. At first, it seems like it's working because the child is scared into compliance or they're shocked by your behavior. So it looks like, oh, maybe this is gonna work. So she continues to do it because she just got reinforced because it looked like it was working. And over time, this little guy figured out that there was another way that he could get her back into the room. You know what he started doing? Pulling all the clothes out of the drawers, pulling all of the sheets off the bed, pulling the curtains off the windows. And then mom would go in. So what just happened? Accidentally, she reinforced this whole long thing. Now this child has learned if I hit her and she goes onto the other side of the door, what I have to do to get her back is just pull everything off the walls and pull everything off the bed. You see the loop going, okay? So mom gets reinforced for going on the other side of the door, and he just finds a way over time to circumvent the negative environment that she has imposed, which is I'm on the other side of the door, by pulling everything off. So it's reasonable to assume that next time she does that, he's not only going to pull everything off, but he may do more than that because he's learned just do more and she'll eventually come in. Punishment doesn't work, guys. This is an excellent example of why. Now let me tell you exactly what I said to her around how are we going to fix this moving forward. Number one, mama has been under a lot of stress lately. She needs to take care of herself because her highly sensitive child is seeping up that stress and delivering it right back to her. Number two, do not let your child hit you. Okay, you may have to stand up and move. You may have to put your child's hands down. You may have to use their momentum to turn them, but I do not want to see you letting your child hit you. Number three, spend a little bit of time really noticing when your child is just a little bit activated, what are the things that help your child come back into regulation? Do not try to identify this when your child is having a level 10 meltdown. Think about times when your child is like 3 on a 1 to 10 scale for a meltdown. What are the things that help? And then I want you to start to build in some practices that match your child's needs around what you can do when your child is hitting you or very, very activated that match their profile. This could be chewing ice. This could be going outside. It could be reading a story. Many of you are going to have to just wait it out because once your child is so activated that they are hitting you, it's you got to go through the meltdown. And number four, and this is the most important part, you need to go back to praise and presence. These are the most important parts of your parenting. And when you dial in your praise and your presence, go watch all of the highlight reels that I have made about praise and presence and do that all the rest of the time. Of course, you don't need to praise your child when they're hitting you, right? But you do need to praise them a lot the rest of the time. They need to have lots of positive experiences of doing the right thing with you. And they need that over and over and over again in order to get the inflammation down, in order to have fewer of these kinds of episodes so that you can actually work on the impulse control, on tolerating frustration, on all of those things that your child is still learning and probably are at the root of the hitting. But if you do not get the inflammation down, you're not going to have any space to learn new things. And so your first order of business is to go back to praise and presence and dial those things in. Make sure you're doing the special 5 minutes of high quality time with your child on a regular cadence. Make sure that you're heaping on the praise. Don't use low quality praise, but do use the high quality praise that I teach you to do. Go watch all of the highlight reels about that. And do it that way 100 times a day. I have never seen a family that cannot turn this around by doing high quality praise, oodles of presence, and then when the inflammation comes down, we can work on the teaching. If you need help figuring this out, DM me the word hitting one. I literally just made a masterclass on hitting like last week, 2 weeks ago. It addresses all of these things. It gives you exactly what to do. So DM me hitting one or comment or whatever. We'll send that to you and then you can get started. If you're like, I still need more help, then reach out to me and we will book you in with our team to see what we can do to help you get back on the right path, because the bottom line is you deserve to enjoy your child. There should not be hitting in your home, and there are lots of things that we can do to help you get there.